In a recent Star Metro Halifax story, a unionized Halifax teacher and the head of the Nova Scotia Teachers Union fret that young people might not be so keen about pursuing a career in teaching. Do you think that could have anything to do with the tyranny of teachers' unions? Meet Meg Ferguson. She's one of those overworked teachers we're always hearing from. She puts in big time hours at her school, even has to take work home with her on some days. It's rough, let me tell you. Missing from the litany of grief is any mention, of course, of Ferguson getting the entire summer off, or all those paid PA days, or the regular salary increases, and the gold-plated benefits plan, and the juicy pension that awaits, and the fact that she is virtually unfireable. But I digress. Yet, in addition to complaining about everything, she finds some time to mourn that younger people aren't all that gung-ho about getting into teaching these days, even though I have no idea why that would concern her, unless, of course, she has family members that are entering the workforce. The sob story soon turns into an echo chamber when Paul Wozni, the president of the Nova Scotia Teachers Union, joins the chorus of grief, stating, quote, "Students don't want to be teachers in Nova Scotia anymore," end quote. Oh, really? Because as the Star Metro story itself notes, the stats would indicate otherwise. Enrollment in Bachelor of Education programs, that's not suffering at all. Spokespersons from Mount St. Vincent University and Acadia University both state that enrollment has been on the rise for the past 5 years, with Acadia actually reaching capacity for the past 2 years. How very interesting. You see, when Wozni says students don't want to be teachers anymore, I think what he really means to say is students can't become teachers anymore. And the reason? Well, Mr. Wozni, he should take a look in the mirror, because teachers' unions make for closed shops. Unlike the private sector, merit means absolutely nothing in a public sector union. It's all about seniority. So it is that an older teacher who's a lifer but no longer gives a rodent's rectum should be the first to go when there are layoffs, but that person isn't. The first to go are younger teachers, even those younger teachers that are dynamite, because who stays and who goes is based on how many years one has logged, as opposed to skill sets and abilities and even competency. That's what's deterring young people from the profession. They simply can't get a foot in the door. Look, I'm certainly not anti-teacher. When I think back to my school days, I encountered teachers who were fantastic and inspirational, and I encountered those teachers who had, how shall I put this, they had quit, but they hadn't left the building yet, if you know what I mean. I bet most people listening to this rant have had similar experiences. So if Ferguson and Wozni were serious about opening the doors to younger teachers, they would redraft the union charter so that retention is based on pure merit, as opposed to how many clicks are on the individual's odometer. Yeah, I know, what a concept, eh? In the meantime, in the Department of Incessantly Complaining, can the teaching rank and file heed the most profound lesson uttered by Kindergarten Cop?
Stop whining.
For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, Rebel has a new app. Please download that app and take the Rebel with you wherever you go.